Homeschool. My name is Ashley and I'm homeschooler to a 7-year-old second grader and my almost 5-year-old TKer, which means transitional kindergarten here in California. So in today's video, I'm really excited. This is my October update, check-in, wrap-up. So we're going to be talking about the things that we have wrapped up, the things that we are sticking with, currently working on that are going well, and then some exciting things to come. I'm also going to be mentioning a couple of things that we are dropping. I guess just one in particular. Everything seems to be going really well. If anything, I'm just packing on more, which is my typical MO. But anyway, let's get into it. My videos have been getting really long lately, so and looking at what I want to show you, I'm going to try to keep this short, but we'll see. Okay, so thanks for hanging out. What I want to get into first is things that we have wrapped up. So my son flew through his pre-writing from The Good and the Beautiful and his Explode the Code level A. Just flew through it, in just the last couple of months. And I only schedule this once a week and this twice a week, but he was doing several pages at a time. So we are moving on to The Good and the Beautiful handwriting, level K, and then get set for the code level B. So excited about that. I'm really glad that he is enjoying those. 3 days out of the week, we are doing the All About Reading pre-reading with him. And we're, flying through this. We are, about halfway there. And it's still going really well. He still really loves the puppet. He loves some of the funny things that we do with the puppet. He's learned his ABCs, which is great. He's learned uppercase, and now we're doing lowercase. I guess I just kind of sometimes feel that there's not enough substance to the program to help him remember the letters. I think that he is good at that naturally, but I just sort of feel that there's a little disconnect with the poems that we read. There are these little readers that come with this. It's not for him to read, but there's some letters, poems with the letters. I'm not describing this very well, but it's you have a poster that we love. We sing the ABCs. We kind of talk about the animal or object associated with. When we have time, I will grab them and we'll, read them. Something else that's new to our homeschool, my daughter has decided to take up piano. This is really exciting, particularly for my husband, who really wants the kids to play a musical instrument, specifically piano. I didn't really care. And for the last couple of years, she has said no until she decided on her own, out of nowhere, she wants to do it. And she's doing really well. We go to this adorable English woman's house in our small town, and she's got the cats and the sweater over the chair, and it's very cozy. And Poppy's doing really well. So you can kind of see my husband has a keyboard. He would love to get a piano one day, but she practices in here 5 to 10 minutes a day. And then she has her lessons on Fridays. So that's been a really neat addition. I'm not going to mention my daughter's language arts because I just did a language arts update and a day in the life lesson with the McGuffey readers for my last video. If you're interested in that, check it out. I will just make a little note here of something we're changing with our math. So our math works great. I'm not making a huge change at all. In fact, I shouldn't even change what's not broken, but I had an idea of a way to bring back the Beauty of Play math. I know this is just a sketchbook, but I was using at the beginning of the year a Waldorf math program called the Beauty of Play. And for my son, I was using the Quality of Numbers, and for my daughter, I was using her multiplication unit. But we love Right Start Mathematics. This has been working well for my family. The only thing is that I missed the really large sketchbooks and all of the colorful drawings that are associated with the Waldorf math program. But I just couldn't really get on board with like the teaching style of Waldorf. It's just not really my style. We're much more Charlotte Mason and classical here. So I shelved the Waldorf math, but I just really missed those sketchbooks. And here's my thing. The Right Start math is so good, but it's a little dry. And my son's really young, but he's really good at math. And I just wanted to bring in something a little bit more playful and colorful for him. So I don't have the workbook with me. I should have grabbed it. And this is my daughter's level, but I'm using level A with my son. And the workbook is very black and white. It's very simple. He hasn't complained about it yet, but I'm like, what if I use the sketchbooks to make the workbook a little more interesting? So here's what I did. So this is what the Waldorf program kind of was. It was like the study of numbers for the numbers 1 through 2. I'm sorry, not 1 through 2, 1 through 12. And so you see what I mean? It's like really colorful and really fun and like very age appropriate. Okay, so then we decided to stop using it, and because Right Start is just fantastic. So here's what I did. From the few worksheets he's done so far, I went ahead and I glued them into the sketchbook and gave them like a nice little border. So here's like another one. Do you see what I mean? Just with how like black and white and plain the worksheet is. So I put, and then like if it's, you know, front and back, I just stapled it in so that you can see both sides. And then for the worksheets he hasn't done, I can just write in the worksheets for him. So like, and I know that this is taking time. It's maybe silly, but I just think it's way more age friendly. He's just 4 years old. He's almost 5, but he's just a little guy, you know? And I think using like big chunky block crayons would be fun. Plus they write really big, so I wanted to give him more space than what the worksheet provided. So here he can do his, you know, he can answer these questions with a crayon or a marker, whatever he wants. Here's another example. I know this took time. It's kind of silly, but I enjoyed it. I basically rewrote the worksheet here for his number writing practice and then his tally mark practice. So these are the worksheets that are coming up. So I think the week ahead, I will just look to see what worksheets are coming and then I will write them in. So then I'm like, but I feel like my daughter's going to be jealous because her workbook is incredibly plain too. She's never complained about it really. But okay, so I was doing like the multiplication unit with her from the Beauty of Play. And again, it's just like the teaching style wasn't working for me. So instead now she's done way more workbook pages, but I went ahead and I cut them all out and I stapled them into this and I gave it like a pretty border. And I think that this will be a more enjoyable way for her to look back on her math work. And then, okay, so there's a lot in here. But then once I got to the end of the work that she had completed, let me find it. Then I went ahead and I looked at the worksheet that was coming up and I went in with like a colorful crayon and put in the equations. So I think that this will be more enjoyable for her. I went ahead and did one in rainbow colors for the next worksheet. So we'll see. I mean, I'm almost even nervous to have changed anything because what if she's like, I don't like that this is different, you know, and whatever. We'll just go back to the way it was. But I just thought it would be nice for her to have one of these really great math notebooks too. And the cool thing about this is that I made a table of contents and I put page numbers on everything. So like she can go back as she's continuing her math education and look at where she worked on partitioning whole part circles, page 6, adding 10 to a number, page 8, adding 9 to a number, you know, things like that. So I got this idea from the Beauty of Play. She has a really great YouTube channel and an Instagram page. and she goes through how to notebook her math lessons. And even though we're not a Waldorf family, I really like these a lot. Okay, moving on. This video is going to get long. Okay, so there are just two main things that I wanted to bring up that we're like changing. Our science, the elemental science, biology for the grammar stage from elemental science. Oh, you guys. So like a week or two ago, I was just looking through the teacher's guide, just bored. I feel like that program's not bringing a lot of joy to our homeschool. My kids love learning about animals, and they're not really loving it through that program. Like, we have a lot of opportunities just in our normal everyday life to learn about animals and life science. And I have been implementing nature study more, which I'm going to talk more about in our notebooking video. So I don't know. So I was like, no, it's fine. We'll just keep going. I want to keep going with this program. And so I said, fine, we'll stay with it. But then last night, I was just looking through it again, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this program anymore. The human body unit looks okay. I asked my daughter, I was like, what if we quit the animals right now and we jump into the human body? And she was like, no. And she had told me a while ago they wanted to study insects. And so I got them an insect collection. They each have like their own. And then I got this book, Insect Adventures by Jean-Henri Faber. This is recommended on the Ambleside Online Nature Study curriculum. And so I thought, well, maybe for nature study, we'll do insects for a while on top of our biology, on top of our treehouse, schoolhouse nature study. So I was just like, I already know that we want to do mainly nature study next year. So I shelved the biology. We will probably come back to it at some point. But what I've decided to do instead is make nature study our main science for the rest of the year. For the rest of this semester, we're going to study insects. This book is really fantastic, and I like that it's from the perspective of a person and not from the bugs, because my daughter would have an issue with that, and we already have the Burgess books coming up in our homeschool, and I'm worried that she's not going to like them. Fingers crossed, because it's like talking animals. But anyway, these stories are really great, and they both really want to learn about bugs. So I kind of started looking through some of our resources. You know, there's definitely stuff in here. We have The Girl Who Drew Butterflies. It's all about Maria Marion's like art that changed science. We have we've learned a lot about the monarch migration, but whatever. I have a whole other stack of bug books. So I have what I need to just do a 1 day a week nature study on insects. And so that is our plan for now. My kids do like experiments, so I'm like bummed to take that away from them. I have this book. We've never really used it, the Everything Kid Science Experiments. If we're feeling like we need an experiment, I will revert to this. And then I can also revert to the biology program and use the experiments in their curriculum, just loosely and for fun, right? So once again, second year in a row, science for us has kind of tanked, and we are back to just doing our own thing, which is funny. Maybe that will just be the way that science is for our homeschool. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to finish up here because I want to try to keep these videos shorter. We have a new history plan for next semester. So I don't want to give too much away about our plans for next year, because I'm going to make a video, and I actually have like pretty much all of it planned already, which is crazy. We are going to be moving more towards a Charlotte Mason homeschool next year, but I'm not going to tell you everything. I will tell you that we are trying out a program next semester called Under the Home, which is a free Charlotte Mason inspired curriculum. It's Charlotte Mason inspired, but it feels very Charlotte Mason. And it's written by a woman who had her husband do the homeschooling, and he didn't have that experience. So she crafted a gorgeous full curriculum for her girls, and then she made it free to the public. And it is so well done. I'm going to link the website in this video. I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm going to talk more about it in my like curriculum reveal. But anyway, the program that we are going to try next semester is her second grade world history. And the book that she pairs with it is Ancient Man, The Beginning of Civilizations by Hendrik Willem van Loon. This is a very small book. It's written for children. There are way cooler covers. I was a little bummed that this is the one that showed up from Thrift Books. I thought I had ordered something else. I kind of want to get like one of the vintage ones. So I still might do that. But these are, it's really short chapters. I think it's only 17 chapters and they're very short. On the website, they recommend you spend a whole year doing this. But we are going to try to bang it out because it's only 17 chapters. We could do a chapter a week. We're going to try to bang it out next spring. And so this is going to give me an idea if I want to use more of her materials after we try this history program. So she actually has the book for free on her website. It's, you just read it online if you want, if you don't want to buy it. And then the lesson plans she has online, it's all there for you. And these lesson plans are so well done. It's not, and this is how it differs from Charlotte Mason. It's not read the book and narrate. It's read the book and then follow a lesson plan. But I really like the ideas that she has. This is where it gets complicated though. For some of her subjects, you can't print them out. Like the history, I couldn't print out the lesson plan. So I'm a psychopath and copy and pasted each lesson and put it into a Canva document. And I even added some of my own pictures. And then printed it out at home and bound it at home. So it is, I think, only 17 lessons, but each lesson is around 3 pages long. I will do a flip through of this so you guys can see exactly what we're doing. But just to give you a really quick overview, it gives you a synopsis about what that chapter is. It gives you vocabulary terms for the kids to learn. She gives you enrichment activities. Like this is cute, act out the chapter. I really like that. And then there's like, pictures to study and draw. There's a lot of map work in this. Create a timeline. And then there's always questions and review at the end, which is great. So, I think it's great. I don't know. I'm starting to change feelings about like quizzing my kids. Okay, so then there's also a student workbook. This you can print out. I didn't have to make this myself. So there's a link to print this. I did make the covers of these on Canva. But I printed out this, 17 chapters. So this is like, she calls it the Coloring Pages, Copywork, and Writing book. So like, this is for the kids to draw early humans before the Stone Age. She goes through what they looked like, and then the kids can do a drawing. There is copywork here. I don't know how much of this we'll do because we already have our own copywork situation. And then write a sentence about a saber-toothed tiger. I don't know how much of this we're going to do. I'll just note too that there's like different activities for each chapter. It's not the same thing again and again. She does, change it up. Like there's definitely like the narration and the copywork, but then there's like different activities too. I don't know how much of this workbook we're going to use. I am trying to kind of steer away from workbooks and go more into notebooking, just narrations. So I did print it out just to see how the kids will like it, but we'll mainly be using the book and then the teacher's guide. So wish us luck. That is our history plan for next year. Next semester. I didn't really have a history plan. I had just some various books that we were going to use and other resources, and we still might do that. But I just really want to try out this Under the Home and see if this is something that is good for my kids, because I am heavily considering her stuff for next year. Okay, you guys, I'm going to end this here. I think I hit everything. That is our October wrap up. Any questions about anything, leave it in the comments, and I'll be back soon. Okay, have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.